All right, we've watched episode 2 of season 2 of Arcane.
Yes,
A few things happened there.
that was so much, dude. Holy, so much.
He wrote a small book.
Yeah, because I know like these things are significant, but like
A lot
I could just sit there. I wish I could just not like look while I'm typing, just type the whole time because it almost feels like
when
that.
you do that, you have to pause because like I know you're not watching, and then like dude,
The
this
next thing
season,
happens, I
this
know.
season is like the pacing is probably slightly quicker than the first one. So if you look
I
away
think
for
so,
10
too, for
seconds,
sure.
you can miss some serious shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like I said, we're barely starting yet.
yeah.
So it's like yeah.
Just like the first season, but like a faster ramp up.
Just like the first season, once we get to episode 3. We're not even there yet. Just like the first season.
Yeah.
The first season's like donuts compared to this one, because this one goes much quickly. The first season kind of eased you in with characters and all that, because it's the start. It's not starting this time, so they skip a lot of that starting shit.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I've got a lot of notes. That's for damn sure.
What jumps to mind before you even look at your notes, I guess, really. But maybe just use your brain first and then go to notes. First things that start to jump to your mind.
Oh, God, there's just so much.
So if you take too many notes, you'll stop almost thinking and just start taking too many notes.
In a way, but I just don't
Gotta
want
find
to
that sweet
I don't
spot.
want to lose. I feel like if I didn't take any notes and I try to look back on that, I'd have almost nothing because it was so much.
The notes are a good idea. We should have done notes for the first season, but you're going to need
I
notes.
need
for
to
the
find like a
second
happy
season.
medium where it's like, yeah, not too much notes, but like,
And I don't care if you pause to take notes. I don't give a fuck. We're usually watching some whenever you feel like it. We're pausing so you can kind of like jot down thoughts.
it feels
Which
like
is
still
fine.
more slow build up. I would say like, again, similar to season 1, but like in a different way and much
Yeah.
more ramped up. Like yeah, different, like I guess you could say like alliances are forming and
Yeah.
they're all going to have to like meet at some point or they're all going to be involved with each other's shit. Like it's sprinkle. Like I described it in the first season as like seeds were being planted. I feel like that's the same thing that's kind of happening here.
Yeah, basically.
Just
similar
very
idea.
quickly. Like as soon as you plant it, it starts growing shit a little bit. Like yeah. So I don't have anything like standoutish. Like oh my god, I think this is gonna happen or anything yet. It's just I feel like it's all building up again. But yeah, everyone's obviously much more leaning towards the tech and the magic and fucking.
Yeah.
That's all becoming just like basically everybody's just saying fuck the caution at this point in a way. Like all not like, all the way, but mostly like they're clearly
Very different
making
than before.
yeah. And
Victor's Jesus.
Victor is literally Jesus. Fucking had light shining down on him, all that like holy music. He had like a staff, the cloak with the hood,
And he
healing
healed
folks.
a man.
Everybody bowing
so
down.
that kid, you recognize that character that he healed?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
From season 1, the one who
Yes.
recognized Vi was kind of gonna help, and then was like
And
still doing
is the
shady
guy that-
shit.
He was even in like the very first episode that
that's right.
remember I told you before about him.
but
that-
he wasn't like fucked up yet.
no,
was
he was still just a normal person. Vander
Oh,
was like
that's right.
helping him like deal with people in his bar back in the very first episode.
Yeah,
I'm
because he was
pretty
kind of
sure.
like, excuse me, weak and stuff.
He was kind of like a scared, like he seems like a techie kind of like person, maybe
Yeah.
like that kind of. And he's obviously fucked up now on like shimmer and everything.
Yeah, he was gonna go ahead and try to steal, I guess, Victor's probably his fucking staff.
Yeah,
and
it's
shit,
it's very like golden, like
Mhm.
encased and shit. Yeah,
just for more of that drug. But and then he got healed up.
got healed up.
That jeez. That was the
Obviously.
very end of the episode.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Well, was it? There was something else at the very,
Oh
very
yeah, I
end
probably
of
wrote
that.
it down.
Yes.
Oh, that fucking scientist guy. Yeah.
Yes.
He was shown a few times throughout it. Like he was, or
Yeah.
was that the last episode? The
Yeah.
end of the last episode.
The same thing, basically. They gave you like a crumb right at the end.
And they did here too.
The
Yeah.
same thing.
But like obviously he has like hella significance because like, well, he's responsible for a big part of like
Everything, essentially, if you
yeah,
really
everything.
think about
Yeah,
it.
he's
Jinx would be
he
dead
kept
if
Jinx
without
alive.
him.
Victor went to him.
Yeah, basically, Victor would have been fecked too without him. I think the same shit, yeah. Without the shimmer, Victor would have probably been fecked. This guy's keeping everybody alive.
Including himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was much more of a normal human being before when powder blew him up the first time. And then he kept himself alive with this green shit again. You see a lot of that.
Yeah.
The green weird chemicals from something with the underground.
We should look at notes.
Probably should look at notes.
That'll take us back to the beginning at least.
Yeah, because
Start of the episode was Jinx like in the water with Silco, which was pretty dope. Like huge flashback.
That was so cool how they did that.
Because they didn't really show much of like him taking her to the water, so they kind of like made up for that.
Yeah, they did it a little bit. Yeah,
like, it's like they obviously showed them getting in the water, but like he was like purging her with like water, and now she's putting his fucking body in the water in the exact same spot. Mm-hmm. So good. And it was kind of interesting. I noticed like she kind of thought back to the moment of like how he died and said like who put all those holes in you or whatever. Like she wasn't quite like fully accepting like responsibility. Yeah, but by the end of the episode she did. Yeah, she said like I'm the one who killed him. Like I'm the one who kills everyone who gets close to me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just full on starts to like realize it and like accept it, I guess, or embrace it.
I think she said, how could somebody put all these holes in you or something like that at the start, or someone put all these. Holes in you. It was like she wasn't quite like fully like accepting it. Yeah. But yeah, definitely did by the end of that. I like how she went back to the water too. Like that's so cool. Like Silco had such a cool monologue in the first season of water and stuff. He was always going on about the water. Yeah, that's so fucking cool. Such a weird little thing that's so cool that they threw in there. It was fitting to put him back in there. Yeah, that's where he ended up. Yeah. I remember I didn't have notes of this, but I remember there was like that scene where they did like they showed like the council of like evil people, and they were all like of who was being wiped out. Like there was only like 3 of them left or something. So now they're showing like the underground's council essentially. You have like a council of the upper ground, and now that list just got even smaller. And both of them did. I think unless that there's fucking such a dynamic between like both, man, because like they're so similar and so Jinx different. Bombed obviously the council in like the upper ground, which wiped out people, and then it's also showing in that same damn episode at the start where it showed, like Silco's wiped out, this person's wiped out. So it's the same type of thing. And it's both threes. 3 people both got wiped out from the council of both of them. Were they all was Jinx responsible for all their deaths? Definitely Silco and the people up top. Not so much. I think in the first episode of this season, you see like Ambessa kills the one chick with the green shit. That's right. Yeah, so okay. That has nothing to do with Jinx, but I guess ultimately, like she sprung the whole. But I think there's 3 of each, which is strange. Again, that's something I didn't realize before either. The statues there were 3, and then they really made it point to show the 3 evil. There's the 3 in the first episode that died, and then in this episode, it really showed the 3 in the underground that died. Silco, I don't know the name of the chick with the green things, and then there was another guy that wasn't died. It that other guy that the guy with killed. It was like his mouth covered in shit. He was like in the first season that was evil. Going against Silco. Yeah, can't remember his name. Towards evil, I guess. So 3 and 3, that's fucked. I honestly didn't know that either until watching that. And now that you mention that, they really had a point of 3s. Yeah, with the dynamics of the 2 there. What the fuck was that? There's so much of that shit in this fucking show. What was that little guy's name again? I wrote it down. Smeech, I think. Smeech, yeah, that dude was fucking OP a little bit, but he got fucked up, I think, pretty bad. He definitely got fucked up. Yeah, he got fucked up. He was one of the. He was essentially one of the counselors of the underground, like but the bosses. Fucking instantly, and he got fucked up by Savica. Yeah, see, at first they did an interesting thing, like when it showed Jinx escaping, like it looked like she grabbed that fucking bazooka or like just some. You didn't know exactly what she was. I just assumed it was that weapon. It was a fucking arm. She was rebuilding Savica's arm. Pretty dope. See, the pacing is so quick, but they made points to like introduce Savica was showing. It showed Savica trying to fix her arm very briefly and stuff, and then Jinx was in that same scene. That Smeech guy offered fucking Savica an arm. Exactly. So you're catching a lot of shit for Jinx's like like reward money or whatever. He said he'd fix her arm, but Jinx did it for her. And they had a moment. I wrote down like they had like a little moment of like bonding over like we did so much for Silco. What the fuck are we supposed to do now? Like, we built all this shit. Now he's gone. Yeah, they both kind of lost. Similar kind of relationship too. And then they fucking fought together pretty much. Essentially, well, Jinx didn't really fight. He just built that crazy shit. And the Savica saved Jinx. Yeah, because Jinx was fecked. So the water and the arm she built. Yeah, that thing is ridiculous. It's a game. Fucking slot machine. Goes right back to season 1 to the whole thing with Vi and Jinx Vi especially would fight with that damn thing that kept score. Yeah. It's straight up built into the arm. It keeps score the same way. She took the things from it that actually keep the same score. It's the same little like things that flip. Oh shit. She gets points for beating shit up. Yeah, that was crazy. And the little fireworks. And it's got a slot machine. And fucking speakers. Yeah. They had everything, bro. It's so fucked. It's just a game basically that she built into the arm. Like it's just chaos.
Yeah.
You have to take a chance. You have to pull the thing and see what you get. Sometimes the arm did nothing.
It was not good. Yeah.
There's times when it did literally nothing. Other times when it would just blow shit up. Like it was fucked up. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then there was that kid who was introduced.
Yeah, new character. Yeah.
Like fell onto Jinx's head.
Oh, yeah.
And then followed her around.
Right, yeah, right at the start, pretty much.
And then, witnessed like all sorts of fighting and shit. And still.
And I think even slightly helped fight at the end. You still see, I think, she throws like a grenade, I think, at the very end. But you don't,
okay.
And that's why Jinx kind of goes like.
I might have missed that then. But they did show. I remember seeing the
her.
grenade, but I didn't.
See where the grenade came from. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess you could just assume.
Yeah.
And it was similar to the shit Jinx used to make too, but it looks a bit.
Yeah, it was 1,000% similar. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that. The scene with the evil council being wiped out.
Yeah. Straight up, man, that's so far. I straight up didn't know again until watching it again that it's 3 and 3. 3 council members died from Piltover,
that attack, yeah,
like the upper city, and then 3 from Zaun, which is the undercity.
I didn't know this.
The dynamics, man, and this is ridiculous. I did not know that the first time I watched through this. Totally missed that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have quite clued into the 3s, but once you mentioned it, it was very clear.
Yeah, 3 bosses from basically both sides went.
I thought that animal Smeech guy was gonna be like the new like villain of the season, but he's fucking fucked up.
Yeah, they
already.
kind of guide you in that. He was pretty early on in the episode,
and he's powerful too. Like that shit he was doing.
He had a lot of cyborg weird shit.
Yeah. That was weird.
Yeah, that
climbing
fight
up
scene
walls.
was dope.
That was pretty.
He's like a spider.
Yeah,
almost.
And like sliding around upside down. It was fucking weird shit.
He did some shit.
And of course, it was all like teched out, fucking like liquid, fucking flowing through his shit.
He had a lot of that green shit, but he was straight up vaping. Fucking.
Oh, constantly. Always. He had like a cigar of it.
He was hard vaping the shimmer.
Yeah.
Like he was hard just hitting that shimmer.
Every
and his
scene,
eyes glowed pink, like Jinx's do. But
True.
I think he was mainly just huffing it and shit.
Yeah, he just had so much of it in him.
Kind of goes back to the first season when, Silco was like trying to unleash that shit on everybody to make them just coked out, crazy, like powerful.
Yeah, it was so much more limited in season 1 where like, especially at first, like only like a select few even had a little bit of it, and then all of a sudden it's like rampant and everybody's like either on that shit or magic at this point. Or both in some cases, and slight variations of both if you're fucking Victor or aka Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, Victor's doing something there.
Yeah. Yeah, they made mention of that gray.
The gray,
like that smoke shit coming out of that statue or shrine. I didn't go much further, but I do right away remembered like Silco was mentioning that an area where they were all like
in season
captive
1
together before, where he like unleashed that gas on them. And the conditions
which was
were
the
like
same
that.
Thing.
Yeah,
it was if he had like a capsule of that.
I figured, yeah. Is that also what they were fucking invading Jinx's lair with?
Yes.
Or was that just like standard tear gas? Like, does it seem like more than that?
It's the same thing. And that kind of goes back to when it was, I won't say too much, but it was kind of going back briefly to, I'm not going to say too much yet, actually. Okay. I'm not going to say too much yet, actually. There's like hints of kind of that in the first episode but I'm not going to say too much.
Yeah. I got a lot of notes, so maybe we'll catch it.
Maybe you'll catch it.
Maybe not. Probably not.
But it was clearly being almost utilized by whom? Like there was several people going into looking for.
Well, yeah,
for
the
Jinx.
Fucking magic squad.
Yeah, which was who? Vi, Caitlyn, all of those people from the
like the enforcers.
What did you call them? The crew or whatever in the.
Yeah, it was like the elite squad. Yeah,
it was literally Vi and all that. That's why Jinx was crying and shit,
yeah,
hiding in the roof as always.
Yeah, I made note of that. Of course,
as soon as she realized that was Vi, because she had the gauntlets, the hair, and everything,
and had the shot, but didn't take it. She was straight up.
She could have straight up shot at. She could have straight shot by, but
didn't
do it.
So that's kind of what we mentioned earlier. There's always like that little like,
torn
even if they do
thing.
meet face to face, there's that like, oh shit, like I can't actually do this.
Yeah, and then massive callback to season 1 there in that one. So if you remember season 1, I think it's episode 2 or something when the enforcers are going in looking for the kids like Powder and Vi and all them. the way they escape is by plugging in that exact same place
like
where they
the
are.
distraction,
It powers all up the carnival shit they've built. Jinx does the same thing there to escape.
If I knew, I think she was there as soon as that
She's
tear
seen
hit.
fucking the damn eye things look like Clagger's fucking eye things. I'm pretty sure Jinx almost keeps using those. It seems like when she's doing work.
It probably made her realize like she's definitely here.
She's been
like,
there at some point.
She's
for
keeping
sure.
all this shit.
She knows 1,000% Jinx is
and
there.
like right away, I knew to look up to the roof because
Yeah.
that's where she'd be hiding.
Yeah.
And
But she plugs the shit in just like in the first season to distract them. But now it's like her family shit hunting her and stuff. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Now they're like both
callback.
getting against each other though, because even Jinx said like, now I'm off to like kill the rest of my family or whatever she said, like take out the rest of my family.
Yeah, she does say that.
Yeah. That was like late in the episode, I think, but so that's like they're both kind of after each other, but also not really. Can't quite go through with it.
Yeah. Jinx couldn't shoot by there.
Yeah, Savika lives on.
Yeah.
We mentioned her already.
So the last time you see Savika, she's like tied to the roof.
She's been fucked up so many
Or
times.
she got tied to the roof, and the last
she
time
got her ass beat
Vi
down
beat the shit
with
out
the
of her and
gauntlets.
threw her into the fucking like the record player. Or
She was
whatever.
like upside down with all that shit leaking
Every
out
time
of her
you
arm.
see her, she looks like she could be dead, but
She comes back.
she ain't dead yet.
She was fucking fine.
She's still kicking. Got that sap in her.
Oh yeah, that shit keeps folk alive. Clearly. Then I wrote down the animal dude offered her an arm.
Smeech, yeah.
Yeah, she didn't.
It's actually good that you're picking up on shit real like as it comes for sure.
She also said like she actually has like a little hint of like good moral in her because she said we don't offer our own people. That's like probably flashback to like Vander morals.
Exactly.
Whereas like everybody else was starting to get like just fuck it wild.
Everyone
like,
was like, let's just turn Jinx
Yeah.
in, and she said, fuck that, we're not turning our people
Even
in.
though it's she's like clearly like been a problem.
Yeah.
And then she ends
And
up,
even
like,
in the first season, Savika was very much like, fuck Jinx, let's turn her in. And now that everything's fucked up even more, we won't turn her in.
damn, just starting to like get back to her morals, I guess.
That's
Weirdly,
definitely the
with, like,
underground
most
is very
evil-
much like protect your people. That
Yeah.
seems to be their main thing. Yeah, good catch.
Yeah,
Good
I
catch.
said I wrote down how they like bonded a little bit over how much they did. We talked about that already.
Yeah, it kind of
Savika
shows.
and Jinx bonded over how much they did for.
It
Shoko.
shows that fucking thing that Jinx would use on his eye.
Oh yeah,
Very briefly, like every day she had to inject him with that.
they
said
even
same
showed
time every day,
They
and
even
then
showed
she-
like a scene of him trying to do that in season 1. He
Yeah,
couldn't do it
He
himself.
can't do it himself. Yeah,
But they were so lost without him, even though they did all this shit for him.
they did a lot for him, but he was also like at the end of the day, the mastermind that kind of held everything together.
And weirdly, like you said, the one like keeping the somewhat peace and like
Yeah, 'cause
order.
once he died, a lot of these fucking people just tried to straight up attack, like the
like topside
Piltover,
people,
topside people.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I just made a note how it's funny how Jinx is going around with this fucking cloak on as a disguise, and her fucking hair is literally dangling out, dragging
Yeah, you
like
can't
on
really
the
hide that
streets.
too
It's like
much.
that's a dead giveaway right there.
bit of a giveaway.
Right,
there.
right when she was done first meeting Savika, she like walked out, and that Smeech guy like that's when he first like started following her. So even in that disguise, it's probably like that's clearly her. Fucking hair was
Not
out.
extremely easy to hide that, probably.
No. Yeah, I wrote those things down. Yeah, how Victor's like full bodied fucking tech magic now.
Yeah, he went from
And even-
like his leg turning into that shit to his leg and his
A little
arm
bit of
to
his hand, yeah.
basically his whole body except his head now.
His face is the only normal part of him. This trip, yeah, his voice is slightly altered.
And that's
Not all the
something
time either.
I did not pick up on until hearing it in headphones.
Not all the time.
Just a little bit.
Only some sentences you can hear. Like,
I know.
It's like extra low end. It's like that's fucking trippy.
I heard none of that when watching it on the TV. I picked up on that too immediately. I'm like,
He sounds
I thought, what
trippy.
the fuck was that?
Sounds godly too.
I'm like, they're like altering his voice. Like, what the shit? I'm like,
Literally,
what the
he's got
fuck?
like a little cyborg.
I almost
in him
wanted to
now.
pause it and be like, what the crap? But I'm like, no, fuck that. That's
I noticed that right away.
So did I, but I'm like, without
But no,
it,
if you don't have a lot of low end, because it was so much low end,
and it wasn't all the time, like you said. It was just occasionally.
some sentences he sounded perfectly normal.
Exactly. So I'm like, what the fuck? That was so cool. Something I did not notice without watching it with headphones.
That's
on.
cool.
And the first time around as well.
That's dope.
So fucking cool. That blew me away when I heard that. I'm like, his voice is fucking not the same. I don't think. Like,
No, a little different. It's
and
trippy.
occasionally it
Yeah, a
pops
little extra
in.
low end.
So fucking
like
cool,
harmony.
man.
It's like a harmony, like his voice.
Yeah,
At
but,
some
like,
points, it's so
low,
crazy.
like
Yeah, very low.
trippy shit.
It's trippy how he said like I was supposed to have died. Like he said like what am I? That was pretty trippy.
Yeah,
It's like his
I was
first
supposed
line.
to die. Like, what am I? Jesus Christ.
And then he just fucking goes God mode.
Pretty much.
Legit. For now, anyways.
For feck's sakes.
I wrote this voice is subtly different. He flashed back about how like the Hex Core killed it. Sky, like the assistant, and said like this shit's fucked up. Like you were supposed to destroy it to Jace. And Jace was just like, no. Like now Jace is like too late. Now he's like, I want to be back with you, buddy.
Yeah, I know. Jace
and he's fucking God now. He's got other shit to do now.
Jace is coming around now. Like, I want to quit the council and all this shit.
I should be in the lab with you.
Yeah, and now it's like he's just Jesus now.
Yeah, now he's got other paths.
And there was that quick flash to Sky at the end. Very quick.
When he was doing that good shit.
He's seeing her.
I did make that was like one of the last notes I wrote.
Yeah,
it's like that was him trying to like do justice for what happened.
The voice in his head throughout that that episode is, I think, Sky.
He's like fucking.
He's almost like doing the shit that Jinx does, like hearing voices and shit.
But like to a whole nother level.
But he's doing some shit. Yeah,
he's got like AI in his brain now.
Yeah, essentially.
Like even the way he's different. He's so much different. He's so different.
Yeah, he's changed a little bit.
He's just like, yeah, fuck all this research. Like I'm out to fucking heal people.
I'm just Jesus now.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wrote about it's like how he immediately saw things differently. Like when he woke up from that, and it's just like, yeah, everything's different. And he said goodbye and fucking left that place.
Very quickly. Yeah, it didn't take him long.
He like looked at all of his research and like Jace is begging him like, let's continue it. Like,
and he was like,
all right, I'm out. Bye. Jace's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that Heimerdinger guy and Echo break into Jace's lab.
yeah.
Get fucking caught by him.
Like
by the Warhammer of all things.
He points the fucking
I'm pretty sure last time he was there, they had no weapons with this shit. And he comes out, there's just a Warhammer in his
got a
face.
hammer pointed at his fucking shit.
His reaction to that, where he's like, what the devil's gotten into you or whatever like that. He's like, already.
Right away, he's like, what the fuck is going on here?
He doesn't seem to have been gone that long, and they've already put fucking Warhammers and
it's
shit
very
together.
different from how since he left already.
And it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long.
That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
He's awesome. That dude's fucking awesome.
Heimerdinger's cool.
Yeah, I made notes about how Victor was going like it seemed like into the underground, like into the pits of where it was all bad, and was being led by visions and
he
voices.
went straight to the worst part of the underground.
Yeah,
that's where Vi and Caitlin went when Vi desperately needed help and they needed like shimmer, like underground shimmer, basically.
Yeah.
Same
just
place.
like whatever to keep someone
the worst
alive.
place possible.
Yep.
They went to the Eagle place of the underground.
Yeah, way worse. Yeah, for sure.
It's as bad as it gets.
Oh yeah.
And no one's gonna understand that reference.
Nope. One thing I forgot to mention about that gray shit was there was like a fucking monster in that shit, and I did make note of that later.
It is.
Like, yeah, what the fuck, bro? And then. Well, they kind of made it seem they I think when Jinx's lair was getting raided by that squad, they almost made it seem like, oh shit, that might be that monster, and then it was just the squad because it showed like all their glowing eyes and stuff.
So yeah,
and then it started to show that it was just them. It's like,
that
oh,
place
fuck.
that Jinx always goes back there. It's the same place that all the kids always went back to before,
like their hideout or whatever.
It was like a back part of I think like Vander's bar maybe or something. They seem to all be connected.
Yeah.
They always seem to go back. Jinx especially keeps going back there. In season 1, she goes back there. She's back there again now. She seems to always keep going back there. And Vi knew let's go look there for Jinx.
It was a good call, but they just missed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mentioned that monster.
And it seems to go back to the breathing shit. Jinx can kind of partly breathe that slightly like Vander does in the first season.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
when he uses that against people.
What didn't fully get fucked up
Some people
by
can kind of like resist it if you're grown up more in the underground, where topside people have to straight up have a gas mask to even fuck with any of that kind of shit at all.
Yeah.
Strange how it
Plus Jinx has got that fucking...
And Jinx is also sapped up too with the shimmer.
Yeah.
Sap references, as usual, as we talk about that. We should talk about that.
Every time we mention it, we should.
Just a stupid callback to Uncharted 2.
But it's so similar, dude. I feel like it's even the same color.
I might be...
It's a glowing fluorescent substance that people take and fucking turn into like wild, strong beasts.
Well, this is a drugs weird I guess you could call it foreshadowing or just a weird slight detail that they put in this. Now that Jinx is shimmered up, so her eye color is actually the exact same color as Vi's hair now, and they do vice versa. Vi's eye color is so if you actually the actual color scheme of them
is like opposite.
Is so Vi's eye color is called powder blue, and Jinx is called violet pink.
Oh, what the fuck?
So they're the exact opposite of each other's name. Like the details they put in the show are idiotic.
Jesus. Yeah.
Once Jinx got shimmered up, yeah, that's when her eyes now switch because they were blue before, and now they're like a pink color. Just like Vi's hair is the exact same color as her eyes.
Yeah, I know. Now that you mention it, I can see
and
it.
Vi's eyes are like a light blue.
Jesus. Yeah, I never noticed that. That's ridiculous.
Blue. That's actually what it's called.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And yeah, Jinx's eyes are violet pink or violet red or whatever, that's Vi's name.
That's
Violet.
gnarly.
So stupid, man. The details of this. This show is stupid for its details like that.
That is fucked
Shit,
up.
you don't even have to put details like that, and they're just like, let's just pour everything in.
Yep.
I'm sure you were only halfway through your Novalian.
We're getting there. We're more than halfway, bud. We actually do naturally talk about a lot of it. We did talk about how that gas raid was the fucking magic team. Looking for Jinx.
Yes.
She hid out on the roof. Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, as usual.
When they missed, though, it showed like, yeah, Caitlyn was getting fucking ragered and took a shot with her magic fucking rifle.
She took a shot at just like a cutout,
or something. Yeah.
That slightly could have resembled Jinx or something like Jinx, yeah.
And yeah, it was like some magic fucking bullet shit.
Yeah, her gun is her gun's
the magic squad, right?
Freaking hexed up now, yeah.
Yep.
Makes like crazy sounds and shit when it shoots.
We talked about that, how that speech guy fucking captured Jinx, but gets fucked up by teched out Savika.
Yep.
We talked about how insanely OP that dude was. Yeah, I made note about the slot machine fucking arm.
Yeah.
And how you kind of mentioned like some of the attacks were stupid and like useless, but when all three matched up, it was like end game. Like it ate the guy.
It's
or
just
whatever.
straight up. That's just Jinx, 100%. Her personality put into a weapon, pretty much.
Yeah, it was just very like
ridiculous.
sporadic, random. You didn't know what you were gonna get.
Yeah,
fucking
ridiculous.
Speakers on there playing fast music and speakers.
So what's
like just didn't seem like that.
A weird
music
cool
vibe.
thing to that song actually is a callback to the game's like OG shit. The song that song plays again in it plays in the first season. It's something you won't even notice until you like dig into the show's like lore. That song is a song that's used in like a Jinx trailer for the game.
Oh yeah,
it's not an actual song. It was wrote specifically for the game, and it's literally called "Get Jinxed." And the only music that Jinx ever uses in the show is the same shit that song only, just that song.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it's episode 4 or 5. I think it's 4 in the first season when she's like just jamming out to music. At some point,
it's
the same song? It's the exact same song. She only ever uses that song.
Jesus. Yeah, I wouldn't have
It's
caught
the same song in that. Like this again would have been 3 years later for people watching this shit. Usually. But she only uses the one song. It's like she doesn't know like music.
That's crazy.
She only knows one song.
She gravitated heavily towards that one.
It's the stupidest thing towards a fucking basically a game trailer song.
That's true.
It's cool how they threw that in there into the show.
Oh yeah. And again, there's a lot of that probably like.
We'll dig through a lot of this shit once we watch the whole thing.
I was gonna say there's probably a sprinkled lore from the game, but like
we'll dig into the game's like lore and even the OG like character designs and the look and how they were before the show and stuff, so you can kind of see what they were and where the song came from and stuff. There was like a trailer I think for Jinx when the game came out before it, with that song, the whole song in it, but they put like 10 seconds of it into the show.
That's
and then I think they put like 5 seconds into this season. It's even shorter.
Damn.
But it's trippy as fuck. But that song that plays is straight up Jinx's song.
Damn, that's a straight up theme song.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's only you would only ever know that if you like straight up played the games or knew the lore.
Yeah,
never played the games, but looked into the lore.
Right on.
The game's terrible.
That's trippy. Yeah, I've always heard it's fucking Toxic Garbage Island.
Yeah, I'll never play that.
So that big fight, I made note of that. How that little kid saw all that shit, and we talked about probably had a little part of it.
Yeah.
Victor is Jesus. We talked about that.
Did you just straight write that?
Yeah. Heals the.
I literally said that the first time I watched it. I'm like, He's Jesus now. Like,
Yeah, I was like, this
Jesus.
is like a religious figure.
He's Victor's straight up
I
Jesus.
kept thinking that too. He was just like holy as fuck.
I literally said that after that episode. Like Victor's just Jesus.
Yep.
100%.
I wrote how he healed that mutated, like addicted, weak guy.
Yeah, can't remember his name, but
And he's like restored now with this techie weird shit. Like
yeah, he
it
looks different now than anything else has looked.
He's like more human, but like less at the same time. You know, like, he's like more of his former self, but now he's got this
He's
sort
not
of
sapped out, but there's like something else there.
It's like
it
what
looked
Victor's kind of got going on, but like a tamer version. And it whatever the hell Victor did there, like it weakened him a little bit too.
Yeah, he drops to his knees and shit after doing that. Yeah,
So he's probably gonna go all out and fuck himself up or something. Yeah, we talked about that. How Victor flashes back to Sky when he's trying to do good and thinking like trying to like get a little redemption on that.
Yeah.
People bowing down to him like literally a fucking religious figure, and
yeah.
the light was coming down.
Straight fucking lordy.
And then the last note is that scientist guy working on fucking animals, mutating them, extracting their eyes a lot. Like he did something with their eyes.
Yeah, it showed a bunch of parts. It showed eyes. It showed a heart beating at the end there.
Yeah, he
Still
just
like
got
in
some
like
weird
in like
mutated
a
fucking shit
Yeah.
going on. So that's my
He's
novella.
doing some shit. That's the novella, eh? Fucking A, man.
That's a lot.
Thoughts on that episode overall?
There's a lot, and I'm gonna have to just like I said, like I'm gonna need that detective, like fucking boys.
That's why it's good that you still have your
recorder.
notes. You can at least look over them and like think more
I
about them.
wonder
At
if
least
you
if
can
you have
like
them.
type in voice in this with voice.
Yeah, well, everything you can, man. You totally can do that. If you just there's
Settings.
a mic at the bottom. If you hit that if you talk, this
Hello,
will now be
hello,
typing.
hello.
Yeah, dude, just do that.
Maybe I should do that.
Do that, man. Straight up voice notes, man. That's what it does. Like press that and say anything you want.
Oh, it works really well.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I know it'll work.
Any phones do that.
I
now.
will start doing that then.
It'll be a lot faster if you just be like, put your nose down real quick, done.
I might not even really have to look away. Like pause it. Like
If
I
you
can
have
just,
to pause, that's fine.
it'll be way quicker either way.
Yeah. You want to do one more episode?
What time is it?
It's actually not that late. We should try to really do 333 if we can in this season. That's how we should have done the first one, which we didn't because we watched the first episode of the first season at like 11 p.m. the
It was
first time we
pretty late,
started this.
yeah.
So I understand that we got fucked up by that, but if you can do the 333, it's this season especially is like it's really supposed to be watched that way.
I guess we
Third
could
episode's
get
fucking.
one more in there. I could fucking
Oh,
try this
definitely. You're
voice
gonna want
notes.
to use your voice notes for this one because yeah, you're gonna need it.
Oh lordy.